2015. First order of business is roll call.
Bauer.
Here.
Gillen.
Here.
Malika.
Here.
Dockin.
Here.
And Miller.
Here. Next item, the approval of the minutes for December 30th.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Malika, second by Commissioner Gillen. Any other questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. That's approved. Next, the approval of the minutes of the January 6, 2015 meeting.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Malika, second by Dockin. Any questions, corrections? All those approving say yay.
Aye.
Aye, yeah. Those opposed say nay. That carries. Next, we have the approval of the agenda.
Also moved. Second.
We have a motion by Dockin, second by Bauer. Any corrections or changes? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. That carries. Now we come to our retirement recognitions for Marcia D. Groot. We'll go down there.
Good morning, Jake. Morning, Steve. Sounds like kind of a wild this is my life.
I didn't get a chance to work with her for very long,
Well,
but as I started getting to know Rice County a little bit better, I found out that she had a reputation. She had a reputation of being one of the hardest workers we had in Rice County. And as I had a chance to work with her a little bit more, I realized that that reputation was very well deserved. She's one who really puts her head down and gets things done. I really came to appreciate that. I interacted with her for a very short time, that I just really appreciate all that she has done for Rice County. She started working in the recorder's office. I was gonna say to you. And then worked for many years in the highway department. And then took some time away from Rice County, came back with the elected recorder, and just did a fantastic job in all of her assignments. Very, very nice. Thank you for your service to Rice County. We'll miss you.
Thanks for your help.
yeah, anytime.
All right, moving along, extension with Luann Henniker. Come on up.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I'm your Regional Director for Extension, Luann Henniker, and I'm here to ask for reappointment of two of our existing Extension Committee members. The first is Art Madsen. Art serves on the Chamber Ag Business Committee. He's very engaged on the committee. He's called me since we had our work session about ideas on new programming this year to reach more underserved audiences. And he's got some great ideas after our joint meeting with Steele County. So I'm hoping Art will be able to engage in that with us. He's very committed, and he's from the 1st District. The second one is Paul Liebenstein. Paul has served as chair this past year. With me, I just came this past year to Extension here in Rice County, and he has been a long-time supporter of Extension 4-H. He's a 4-H alum himself. He's worked with 2 generations of Extension agents in his family. He's on the Rural Fire Joint Powers Committee, the Northfield Area Fire and Rescue Services, JPA. So I would ask you to approve reappointment to both of these gentlemen for a second term on their Extension Committee appointment.
Also move to appoint Art Mattson and Paul Liebenstein to the Extension Committee for the term of January 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2017.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Bauer, second by Commissioner Gillen. Any discussion? Jeff?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. These two guys they come with ideas, you know, and they're very involved in the community, and they're just a real plus to the Extension Committee. I wholeheartedly support them. You know, Art is both in the financial end of things, but yet he has dirt between the toes. I mean, he's been farming too, so, and is very involved with the community, so likewise Paul. So I really, a couple of good guys, and appreciate what their willingness to serve, I guess. You know, not everybody's willing to take that time and serve.
Anybody else?
Just well said.
Yes. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time. Stay warm.
All right, moving on to community corrections with Christine Curtis. A lot of C's there.
Excuse me?
A lot of C's there.
Yeah. Well, it's a test this early in the morning. Good morning and Happy New Year. I have two things before you today. Actually, it was supposed to be three, but somebody edited my annual request for the tunnel or the Skyway, so. I'll repackage that for February. The first thing before you is the approval of our interim community corrections plan. We're on a 2-year cycle with the Department of Corrections. This is our interim year. So the interim plan is simply an update of the budget. The Department of Corrections funding is static over those 2 years, so the addition here is the change in the county funding, primarily driven by personnel costs and other things here locally. The plan does include a number of just updates of things that are going on, but that's all that's really required by the Department of Corrections in the interim year. So I would ask that this board approve our interim 2-year community corrections plan.
I'll move. Okay, go.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Malika, second by Commissioner Gillen. Any questions? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Next.
Thank you. My second agenda item is appointments to our Community Corrections Advisory Board. We have some terms that are expiring this year. 3 of them are actually statutory members where they represent a particular stakeholder group. Reappointments under those areas would be Marnie Thompson and Erica Burke, and a new appointment is Fran Davies in Social Services. We also have a citizen member that is proposed for appointment this year. That's Eric McDougall. He's new to the Faribault area. He actually works for Rice County, but what he brings is an extensive background in mental health with juveniles as well as criminal justice. So I think he would bring a really interesting perspective to our board. These are 3-year appointments that would expire in December of 2017.
So move approval of the 4 individuals that you've got mentioned here from January 1st, 2015 to 31st of 2017.
Second?
We have a motion by Gillen and a second by Malika. Any discussion? Questions? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're not Dennis Luby.
You don't want to be, right?
Today. I'm Jim, the Assistant County Engineer. I have 3 items, I guess. Here, let me pass this out. The first item is for the approval of chip seal rock. We solicited quotes in early December, I believe, and received 4 quotes from area quarries and crushers. You'll see the quote results there. We've been using the low bidder there for the last few years with good results on that chip, and I guess we would suggest or recommend approval of purchase of approximately 5,000 ton of that rock for our 30-mile chip seal program in 2015.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Dawkins, second by Commissioner Gillen. Discussion? Commissioner Gillen?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is the difference in cost, is that just in mileage?
No, that's a material-only cost. So it's primarily the stone and the product each quarry makes is slightly different. For example, the Falk stone, the low bid quote, is a limestone chip from Iowa, and the high bidder from New Ulm is a quartzite or granite chip. So quite a bit of difference in material and production costs.
You feel you get just as good a results out of isn't the limestone chip a softer chip?
It's, well, softer than the granite, but it's still a hard chip.
Hard enough to do the job.
Yep, and we've been using it, like I say, for the past few years with good results. We used to use the Bryan Red Rock. They've quoted as well. That's the
Yeah, I see it here.
little darker colored stone, but and they're a good chip too. They just are a little more expensive as well.
A little more expensive.
A little more
Double.
expensive.
So, yeah.
And we're paying that quote for the 972 a ton, I believe it is almost $2 higher than last year for the same material per ton.
Really?
Jeff, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, are we hauling it ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, is that taken into consideration as far as what it costs us to get it here?
I believe it is. Yep.
You know, so that we're not paying,
Right, in trucking costs.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
okay.
Yep.
We come out okay that way then?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Steve?
That was my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jake?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Are we hauling that like right now?
No.
No?
This today would be approval to purchase the rock, and then we could start hauling it.
Well, I didn't mean it just exactly that way, but we do that in the wintertime?
Yeah, in the winter. Yep. During
When
nice
you-
days when no
Yeah, when
plowing.
you don't
or-
have to plow snow?
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, I got one more handout. The second item is for the bituminous oil for our seal coat program. We competitively bid that, and we received two quotes or two bids, which is pretty standard for the past several years that we've been bidding the oil. We've only really received the two bids from Flint Hills and HG Megs. As you can see, Flint Hills was the low bidder. Let's see, what was that number? $369,369, I believe, for 154,000 gallons, again, to support our 30-mile chip seal program. They came in slightly under estimate, and my estimate of the 385 was basically last year's bid price of $2.50 a gallon, so they're about a dime a gallon cheaper than last year, whereas HG Megs is a little bit higher than last year's number. I'm not sure of any correlation between the price of crude and the price of refined asphalt oil, but doesn't apparently jive together, with crude being down so much.
I'll move to award the contract 15-01 to the low bidder, which is Flint Hills Resources.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second by Commissioner Bauer, and then second by Commissioner Dockin. Any questions? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. And my third item is for the replacement of a culvert system over County Ditch number 30 on County Road 46. This is one of a few culverts we'd like to replace this year.
Is it east or west, 46? Between Faribault and,
46 is
It's
north.
about a mile south of the roundabout on 46.
all right.
It's up to where Circle Lake water comes underneath.
Yeah.
46.
Yep. So they're kind of in preparation for our 2016 program where we will rebuild that 7 miles of road. We've kind of been picking the larger structures to try and get replaced a couple of years ahead of time. And this is one system I believe there's a 42-inch pipe in the ditch itself, a larger offset relief pipe, and then an old cattle pass a couple hundred feet north of the county ditch. And we'd like to combine all those, remove them all, and replace it with an 8-foot by 6-foot box culvert in the ditch itself. Any improvements in the county ditch require the ditch authority to approve that work, and that's why I'm here today for that. One other last note, no assessments would be made to those being on that ditch.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gillen, second by Commissioner Dakin. Jeff, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jim, I got a call yesterday on it, and it sounds like you have
Okay.
it all addressed as far as the cattle pass, because my understanding is that cattle pass took on some water too in any kind of event at all, and so that the structure will be sized to handle it all.
Perform as the 3 do today.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Nope.
If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Moving on to administration with Tony Murphy.
Commissioners, the consent agenda is recommended for approval.
So move. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Bauer, second by Commissioner Gillen. Any questions? If not, all those in favor of the consent agenda say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. That carries. Moving on.
Next item, we did have a request, I believe it came from a couple of commissioners, that I look at the meal reimbursement policy for the county and see if there needs to be any changes to that. We had a committee of department heads who worked on that a little bit. I think Fran was involved in that committee. Mark Shaw was on that committee. I think there was a third person too, Lori, great, yeah, from HR. And I did a little comparison study of what other counties are doing for reimbursement, and of course we found that they were kind of all over the board on reimbursement rates, but all of those that we looked at were generally higher than what we were currently using for meal reimbursement. Our current meal reimbursement rate is $5 for breakfast, $10 for lunch, and $15 for dinner. And so you'll see in your packet that the committee is recommending $9 for breakfast, $14 for lunch, and $23 for dinner. With some clarification about how tips may be allowed, and a little bit of clarification on when breakfast and dinner is reimbursed. So we have some language in paragraph 5 that hopefully clarifies those two ends of the meal reimbursement policy. My understanding is that the meal reimbursement rates have been kept at this level for more than 20 years. So this is the first time we've adjusted it in a long time. And it seems to, would probably put us more towards that middle range of what comparable counties are currently reimbursing. And with that, we recommend approval of the revised employee expenses policy statement.
All right, thank you.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Malka, second by Commissioner Dakin. Any questions, discussion? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
The next item is I received a request from the committee that has been working on the intercity regional passenger rail project for the Rice County Board of Commissioners to submit a letter of support to the Department of Transportation to move up the priority ranking in their tier system for study of the South Central Minnesota Intercity Regional Passenger Rail Project. They did send out a draft letter that they asked us to consider. The letter that you have in your packet is not their draft letter. I felt after reviewing their letter at some detail over an extended period of time that they were a little bit to enthusiastic about the intercity regional passenger rail project. I think what the request really is to move it up the tier system to study it, not to make statements at this time that we support its construction or its viability or feasibility. We don't really know that at this point. But if the request is to move the study of this proposed regional passenger rail project from Tier 2 to Tier 1, to do the study, to do the analysis, and to do it sooner, I felt that was probably something that I could recommend to you as county commissioners, that we could support that level of involvement. So the letter that you have in your packet at this point is a draft, and it intends to communicate to the Minnesota Department of Transportation our support for the elevation of the project from Tier 2 to Tier 1 for the purposes of study and determining feasibility.
Okay.
I will make a motion to approve to send the letter of recommendation for moving it to a tier 1, to a tier 1.
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Well, you have a motion by Commissioner Malika, seconded by, I think,
Commissioner Gillen.
yeah, Gillen. Any questions? Go ahead.
Now, being overly enthusiastic isn't a bad thing. No, I think it's good.
Times, yes.
Yeah, at times. I think it's good. And Tony's right. We, put the cart before the horse, or the horse before the cart. And I think this letter is very good. Tony and I have been to their meeting, and I've been to a couple meetings last year, quite a few times, before even Tony was an administrator here. So, it's good. It's just taking a look, and it's a study, and it's seeing where it would pan out in the whole process, the whole state railroad passenger rail process. So,
Jeff, you had your hand
Yep.
up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I agree with Commissioner Malika in supporting the idea of the study or moving it up to Tier 1. I think we have to, being over-enthusiastic is okay, as long as you're not over-enthusiastic with everybody else's money, I guess is part of the thing, and it wouldn't become a financial burden for the county to participate in the study. It would be the other question I would have, and obviously it can't be done without our approval, but I would caution that, I guess, if they're looking for contributions from every entity to do the study, I would look a little cautiously on that idea, so.
Jake, you had a...
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The thing that I dislike about this whole thing is the fact that we had this whole system in place, and we tore it all down, and now we want to rebuild it again. I said it's just one of those things that didn't take near as long to tear it down as it will to rebuild it. And I said, I guess it's kind of beyond my fathom to even think of it. I can agree with it wholeheartedly that it's probably necessary, but as far as the study's concerned, and that'll bring that all out, and I like Tony's words as far as over-enthusiastic about the whole thing. I felt the same way about the whole thing, that you can get just too excited about something and feel it has to move right now, and so this is where we're going to start, and we'll see what comes of it.
Jeff, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I don't think that I'll ever get to take the passenger train from Little Chicago to Faribault, but I can see its advantages and, and so
Yep.
on. But I do remember this. I remember taking the passenger train from Northfield to Faribault,
And I remember going the other way
and,
when I was in first grade.
yeah, I was pretty young too, but anyway.
Any other questions?
Well, just
Go
a
ahead.
statement. What it is the state allocates and sets aside a allotment of money. why we're asking, or why they're asking for these letters, is because somebody's gonna get it, whether it's the Eau Claire to St. Paul, or it's the Mankato to Minneapolis, or it's the Wilmer to Minneapolis. Somebody's gonna get this pool of money for a study, and that's why this group is asking for this letter to move us up into Tier 1. So, it's an interesting, I should have brought the map, but it is looking at basically from the Iowa border all the way up to either taking a St. Paul route or taking a Minneapolis route, so. But if we do need to put some money into a study, I'm thinking Jeff and Jake, you guys can open up your checkbooks.
It's always us, isn't it,
It
Jeff?
is. It's always the farmers.
All
Then we
right.
gotta give donation of land to cross on too, I suppose.
All right, any other questions or comments? We have a motion by Commissioner Malik and second by Commissioner Gillen. All those in favor of the submission of the letter, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, say nay. That motion carries. Moving on,
And there's nothing left.
motion to adjourn.
So move to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Malika, second by Commissioner Gillen. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. We're adjourned.
Boy,
So
you
much.